Sunday, there's
Are we-
every seat's full.
Are we live? We're live. Okay. All right. Welcome. Welcome, love streamers. Welcome to those of you in the sanctuary. I'm Reverend Keith. This is our midweek meditation service where we come together to commune with the divine. I'm going to invite you to get comfortable. If you are here in the sanctuary and you have a cellular device, if you could just make sure that it is either in meditation mode or just off. And for those of you who are streaming in live, maybe you put your device on Do Not Disturb. And before we get underway in our meditation time, we're going to begin, as always, with our reading and our evocation.
Thank you, Rev. Good evening. My name is Lynn Shanky. Our reading tonight is from 40-Day Mind Fast Soul Feast by Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith. There is a wise Zen saying that says, "You cannot stop birds from flying around your head, but you can prevent them from making nests in your hair." As you begin to mature spiritually, you discover that although you cannot stop the world's chatter about lack and limitation from whirling around you, you can prevent it from lodging in your awareness. How? By actively practicing the presence of God. The compass of your mind develops the habit of continuously turning in the direction of the Spirit for intuitive guidance, comfort, security, wisdom, joy, peace, truth, and love. I'm not suggesting that you should deny that noisy birds of limitation sometimes fly around in your experience, tempting you to throw them some crumbs of your attention. What I am saying is that by staying your attention on the changeless reality of your God self, you will experience an inner freedom from the things that distract you from the truth of your divine nature. Let us turn within. How grateful I am to be here tonight. Grateful for summer, grateful for Soul Center, grateful to bask in this meditation that's looming and not glooming, but that's looming around us. I know that God is the one presence, the one power, the one light and love, and I know that each one of us is one with God. We are each individual lights of the divine presence, each one of us connected to God, connected to each other, knowing that God is all there is. I know that tonight is a perfect night. This evening has already been blessed and perfected by the divine presence, and I am blessing all of us here in the sanctuary. I'm blessing our time together. I'm blessing Reverend Keith as he guides us through this beautiful meditation, and grateful for that reading to have us remember that when we turn within to connect with God, all is well in our world, in our little universe here. I am blessing each and every one of us, knowing that each one of us is here tonight to accept this wonderful gift that we're about to receive, connecting with the divine, opening our ear behind the ear, our heart behind the heart, opening up our consciousness and hearing and seeing and listening to that divine presence, knowing that that small voice is always guiding us in love and peace. And so it is. Amen.
So it is. Amen. Thank you, Lynn. And once again, I just want to welcome you to our meditation service. And, there's a phenomenon in the human experience. As a matter of fact, the temporal world, as we were talking about before the service began, the world of the temporary energies, or the human experience, there's phenomena. Phenomena are just things that are happening in the world that we might attach a definition to, phenomena in weather patterns, or phenomena in the celestial alignment of planets and things of that nature. One of the phenomena I want to bring up as it relates to meditation is that right now, at this particular moment, each and every one of us has a fairly precise idea of what good is in our lives. We might have a good idea of what that looks like as good versus bad, and also that goodness that we speak of from the eternal perspective, the capital G good, that is all prevailing good, the goodness of life, that which we might call bliss. Those are the eternal frequencies, eternal good versus temporal good. And so most of us have a baseline of good that we maintain or sustain on a regular basis. And then we have a threshold of the amount of good that we allow into our lives. And I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that most of human beings on the planet are experiencing about this much, and maybe on a good day, that much, of infinite good. So as we move into meditation, where you get to observe what's going on, you get to observe your subconscious and your surface mind, and you get to do that from the vantage points of your higher consciousness or your super consciousness. And remembering that, when I first walked into Agape 24 years ago, I remember hearing the term ceaseless meditation. And I didn't really know exactly what that meant, but something in my heart knew what it meant. Something in my soul knew what it meant. And, a lot of people, when I say ceaseless meditation, they think of, sitting somewhere, maybe doing a mantra for hours upon end, or just being in silence. Ceaseless meditation means everything you do is meditative. It means it is revelatory, inspired from the eternal frequencies. And as we do that, move into greater and greater aspects of ceaseless meditation, not only does our bandwidth increase, but our baseline of good starts to rise, and we start to dissolve all of the barriers, the illusionary barriers that would keep us from that. So, with an awareness that there is greater good to be had, I'm just going to invite you to join me with the intention that we're all going to allow ourselves to move to a greater good, to just keep up leveling. Most people, as they go through life, if you look at an average human journey, oftentimes you'll see a degenerative pattern where as we get older, sometimes you see people who get more cynical, more pessimistic, more worried. That's not natural. It might be a phenomenon that has been normalized, but there's also a way to move through it where everything just continues to up-level and uplift. So I'm going to just throw it out there. That is one intention, that will all allow everything to up-level and uplift with absolute effortless grace. And then, of course, my usual intentions, that we're going to allow all the channels, all the meridians of our physical, emotional, and mental bodies to be wide open to the eternal frequencies, and that we're going to allow this to be the deepest, most profound, most relaxing, most revelatory, most inspirational, most rejuvenating meditation ever. Nothing's going to distract us. We're just going to simply relax. And as always, if you fall asleep, that's all right. If you stay in a lucid state of holy awareness, wonderful. If you hear every word I say, great. If you don't hear a word I say, no problem. And sometimes people want to hold a particular mudra or sit in a particular position. We just ask whatever works best for you. And as you get comfortable, we're going to drop the lights here in the sanctuary as we prepare to begin. I'm just going to ask Jerome if you could hit the air conditioning. And as always, we begin by first giving ourselves permission to relax. Just saying to ourselves in our minds, I give myself permission to relax. Remembering we have no place to go. We have nothing to do except surrender into the deepest states of peace and beauty, love and harmony, calm and serenity. I invite you to join me as we become aware of our breath, not changing it at all, just observing the inhalation and the exhalation. Notice that soft, cool breeze as it comes in through your nose or your mouth. As you exhale, notice your chest, belly, slowly descending, solely through intention, no efforting, allowing the breath to become deeper, fresher, wider, all on its own. I invite you to become aware of the eternal frequencies, divine energies. And with every inhalation, we draw them in. And for the moment, every exhalation, we let go of the temporal. Exhaling, we let go of any tension, concern. As we inhale, and draw in that divine energy of peace, allowing it to proliferate throughout our entire physical, emotional, and mental body. Exhaling, we let go of all efforting and trying. As we inhale, waves of ease. Exhaling, we let go of figuring and analyzing. As we inhale, clarity and providence. And we let go of time. Exhaling, we let go of the past. As we inhale the eternal. Letting go of the future. As we inhale the infinite. Letting go of the present. As we inhale the presence and allow every cycle of breathing to take us deeper and higher, and slowly and gently the exhalation joins the inhalation, and both are just amplifying an expansion of of calm, inspiration, and rejuvenation. I invite you to bring your awareness to your heart and allow it to open, to expand. No efforting, just inviting and allowing. On your next inhalation, imagine waves of divine frequencies and light are coming in through your crown and flooding into your heart. Where you feel your connection to the omniactive flow of chi, life force. And your heart begins to fill and expand with light, as luminosity and weightlessness, joy, beauty, and peace. Every breath, allowing the heart to open even more. And you can feel a contagion of relaxation flooding all your cells. That energy flowing down through your spine, your stomach, your adrenals, into your kidneys and hips, all the organs, all the muscles, softening and strengthening as waves of light and life force flow down into your glutes, hamstrings and thighs, a nourishing energy flooding down through your knees, into your calves and shins. Tingles of illumination flooding into your ankles and toes. A revitalizing energy is rejuvenating and bringing vitality that is soft. And you can feel the energy rising above your heart, into your shoulder blades, chest. There's freedom and spaciousness. Dissolve all density. The energy cascading down through your biceps, triceps, into your forearms and hands. And you can feel your neck and throat flooding with divine strength. A sense of lightness rippling out into the emotional body. Everything is being fortified amplified in light. And a clarity begins to move through the mental body, dissolving all thoughts, all words, as timelessness expands and the mind opens to wisdom that is beyond words. You begin to feel and notice your true self, the higher self, your soul. And imagine every aspect of your personality is lifting, floating, and flooding with light, a purifying energy, taking us back to the beginning. We can feel the presence that we call God. We take a moment to know there's a divine idea of our lives. And without any seeking or searching, just observing, we avail ourselves of divine illumination, while simultaneously rejuvenation flows through our nervous system, our body, our emotions. There's nothing to do except relax, rejuvenate, and observe. And it is here that we simply rest in the stillness. Feel the energy expanding as we go even deeper and higher you to become keenly aware of the omniamorous presence of goodness, the goodness that governs the universe. And we give it permission to expand optimism, to expand faith, to expand joy and peace, and a humble sense of self-love. As we return to the truth and remember that in the universal presence, where there is no efforting, there's no earning, the earth does not effort to orbit, the stars do not effort to shine. The clouds do not effort to evaporate or drop rain or snow. There's no efforting in nature. There's no earning. There's a free-flowing abundance, a givingness, whether that is nurturance or supply or inspiration or manifestation. We just take a moment and return to the effortless givingness of the presence. Allowing ourselves to acclimate to an expansion. But that good, whether it be vitality and wellness, whether it be sacred exchanges and relationships of reverence and respect, whether it is opportunities that effortlessly open doors to adventures. We take a moment and we allow it all to expand, dissolving all limitation or lack, ideas thereof. Feeling the fortification, the amplification, the expansion, of the energy of your soul, the energy of the divine. I invite you to become aware of the law of creation, the energy of the idea that seeks only to beget good for, through, and to your life. the inspired idea. Now I invite you to become aware. The energy of divine fulfillment. Benevolent satiation. That which fulfills the idea, not through efforting, through elegance, synergy, and ease. Allow your desire, the energy of divine fulfillment, to mingle and merge on your behalf, where you can feel the serendipitous nature of life, your life. I invite you to feel the energy of gratitude. Just feel its frequency, maybe observe its color or its sensations. You might become aware of things you're grateful for, or just feel its frequency. Allow your entire beingness to be overwhelmed and in awe as we remember the truth, that which we call the universe or God, Jehovah, Dios, Joda, the Creator, Adonai, the Great One, God, is grace, beauty, bliss, joy, peace, and only seeks to beget good throughout all dimensions, incarnations, cells, elements, closer than our neck vein, our hands and feet. God is. Its benevolence, its brilliance, its power that created every galaxy, every cell, every organ of our being. We open to that brilliance and remember the truth. Each and every one of us formed and fashioned in its image and likeness, beyond our gender, age, personality traits. That divine spark that lives in pure bliss, we allow it to rise to the forefront. We return to its natural nature, to be in this world, in this body, of a holy frequency. And as we allow that optimism, that faith, that trust, as we allow that goodness in every way, shape, and form, I invite you to feel the energy flowing through your crown and chest, legs and feet. And we begin to ground it, anchor it. On your next inhalation, imagine you're drawing your breath in from the highest point you can imagine, down through your crown, through your root, through your central core, to the bottom of your energy field. And as you exhale, feel it rise up, a wave of energy As you inhale and exhale, simply reverberates throughout your entire beingness. I'm truly grateful to know that something wonderful takes place just by relaxing, just by letting go and opening to the divine idea. And it's from a place of deep thanksgiving, knowing in God all is made new and fresh and good, as it always is. We simply agree to allow it all to be in acceptance by saying, and so it is. Amen. And as we come back into a lucid state of divine awareness, however you like to bring your awareness back or ground, you might want to wiggle your feet or press them into the ground, or take opposite hand to opposite knee, or just feel your body or the chair beneath you. I'm going to welcome you back. We're going to bring the lights up here in the sanctuary. And we're Soul Center. We're an Agape affiliate here in Irvine. We're here for our Wednesday midweek meditation. We're here on Sunday with our 10 a.m. meditation and our 10:30 Sunday service. And as always, on Wednesdays, we always just offer that for those of you at home streaming in right now, or for those of you in the sanctuary, if you would like to make a donation or a contribution, you're more than welcome to. You can see up on the screen, there's a QR code, Venmo, Zelle, mailing checks for all of you streaming in. For those of you here, you can use those. If you want to make a donation at the box in the back of the room, you're welcome to. We appreciate it if you are so inclined. And we appreciate our community. And welcome back. Peace and blessings. This concludes our meditation service.
Thank you, Reverend.
Absolutely.